everybody, welcome back to the K2N Online Paddle School. We are back here on YouTube, and this week we have another episode of the K2N vlog. This week we have practice footage from K2N practice here at Lake Hernando. Everybody is diligently coming to practice in this extreme Florida heat, working on their technique, getting faster. It is a great, marvelous thing to see. I swapped steering positions with Ray in our club. I am seldom out of seat 6, so it's pretty cool footage, although there is a little bit of rubbing is racing moments with boats bumping into each other like bumper cars. So that's part of the learning experience. That's what we're trying to do here in Hernando. This is the time to mess up, improve your skills, and get better. That way when we go on race, we're a little bit better. Speaking of races, our next big event is the Clearwater Beach Classic, which is a big OC6 race here in Florida. We've been participating in it since 2019. K2N's mixed boat has always placed. Our lowest placing is 3rd, and we've won the event a few times. But this year is extra special. We are planning to put in a men's, women's, and a mixed boat. So we're gonna complete the entire paradigm of participation. It's very exciting. It's been hard to get the depth needed for that number of paddlers at the event. We always wanna go and try to showcase a pretty good result. And so we're really confident this year that everybody will go out there, have a good time, and try to capture some podium positions. Not much else going on here at K2N Online Paddle School. Our race jerseys, the Marine Generations, they are advertised to be done in 4 weeks after you pay for them. We are on week 7. I got an email back saying that the people were out of town or something. So I don't think the jerseys are done. They have not shipped yet for sure. So I don't know the timeline on that. And then the Viper paddles are still held up in customs. So I need to go and fly in and bribe a customs official to get my damn paddles. This is my first time stocking any kind of inventory outside of our local t-shirts. So as I'm learning the timeline that they give you, if you multiply it by 2 or 3, that would give you a solid expectation on the reality of receiving these items. So for everybody that is on the pre-order list, thank you so much for remaining patient. And for whatever reason, if your patience runs out, please email me. I will refund you same day. I totally get it. So this week's talking point is talking about zooming out on your perception of the paddling world. So I do want to start this video by saying that I'm not calling out anybody in particular. This is just a very common trope that we see within paddle racing in general. But if the conversation does strike a nerve with you, right, it is a good time to kind of sit down and assess your viewpoints of paddling and how you can zoom out a little bit and expand your horizons and ultimately make you and your area better at paddling. So what I mean by zooming out is having an understanding of all different paddle disciplines, racing categories, racing distances, age level results, paddle racing results in general, right? The more you can zoom out from your geographical location, the more you can see the entire world of paddling. And the better that you can understand this world of paddling, the better you can understand what upper echelon skill level looks like and understanding what the differences are from that to ideas that are a little bit more geographically dominated. And what I mean by that is paddlers that zoom in too much on their perception of the paddling world and their perception of their paddling skills. Zooming in with only being fixated on your racing discipline, your racing circuit, results in your area, or only results for you personally, only being interested in your age level results. And again, only being interested in your geographical location and the racing world in this bubble. And so what all of these little hurdles do is they kind of drop your head down and it prevents you from seeing the paddling world around you. And when we're trying to expand on our technical prowess, our understanding of race strategy, and implementing new ideas, it is really hard to learn anything when you're only looking down at yourself, right? You have to pick your head up and look at the entire paddling world in order to learn from the best. And a lot of the reasons that people zoom in on their paddling world is to bolster their own skill level. The more criteria that I set into place, the lower the bar drops. And if this bar gets low enough, all of a sudden I am right there being the world champion of my little paddling world. If you remove these hurdles and continue to zoom out and look at paddling as a whole, you always realize where your paddling skill level lies in the grand scheme of things. And this is most important in coaching and learning new technique. Paddlers that zoom way in get complacent in thinking that the thing that you're doing right now will help you reach a level somewhere down here. But if your perception of the paddling world is that the pinnacle of racing is somewhere down here, you have nothing to aim for. You have nothing to strive for. You are not zoomed out enough to know that you're not winning the race. You're at the back. Seeing that paddling goes all the way up to here and not realizing that your skill level is here, there is no urgency to learn and get better and to strive for success, because again, we get complacent thinking that we're already at the top of the mountain and we can't even see the next one. As a coach, it gets frustrating, right? Having to dismantle and combat ideas that only work at a very specific geographical location, in a very specific age category, in a very specific racing circuit, right? When you have all of these things, well, my team won a gold medal at our local county championship against 3 other teams with 60-year-olds in the boat. Our technique is world level. And it's like, brother, zoom out just a little bit, right? Look at the other age categories. What are the differences in their movement? Look at the next county over. Look at the entire state that you're in. Look at all of the states in the US. Look at the entire northern hemisphere of the world. The more that you zoom out, the less that your paddling results are going to survive these high level results. And again, paddlers want that, right? I want to be super good, and the more that I zoom in, the more I lower the bar, the better that I am. As a coach, this is the opposite take that I have, right? Paddlers in my area will always say, man, Robert, you are such a good racer. You spend so much time on it. You have great results. And it is nice, and I am proud of these results, but it is not something that I will ever boast about, because our geographical location is not quite as strong as the other coast of the US. There are other paddling countries that dominate the results that I could ever put up. And this is important for me striving forward with technique. I look at them constantly. I try to absorb this information, and ultimately it is a platform to coach with, right? Being able to give this to other paddlers that don't have this broad horizon to see the things that I'm seeing. And it's something that you should do for yourself and for your communities, right? If you are using paddling technique from 25 years ago, you may kill it with your small county or in your small state or in your small pool of talented racers, but don't use that as a metric for success. The moment that you venture into the larger arena, you have an immediate checks and balance system, and it's an opportunity to learn. If you keep putting those hurdles up, they are barriers only for yourself to progress. And there are other people out there that have none of these barriers that shoot right to the top. Keep zooming out on your paddling world. Look at all the crossover. These athletes that attained success here, holy crap, I didn't realize they did my sport too, and they're on the best racing team in this sport. If you start paying attention, you see this crossover. But if they made the best boat in my sport and they don't even participate in it, how do they do in their sport? Oh my gosh, look at these different results. This is broadening your horizons and broadening your understanding of skill level and how to obtain it, right? It gives you a pathway to be better. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video. If there's any topics that you'd like to see discussed, feel free to leave a comment, send me an email anytime, and we'll see you all next week for the next K2N blog episode. Hey everybody, welcome back to Lake Hernando. So we have a guest paddler here, George Scott. He's paddling. He's got to do 8 practices with us before Clearwater Beach Classic to fill a seat in our men's boat. He's in the Central Florida area. You probably have paddled with George Scott if you paddle anything teamboat related on the eastern seaboard. And this is a pretty cool practice for us. We have a true mixed boat, so we got Ray, George, myself, and then Christina's in seat 1, Gina in 4, and we have Rebecca in seat 5. And we average 7.4 miles per hour on our little 3-mile loops here. And this is a highlight of all the freaking turns we gotta do, right? So on a straightaway, we've been a little bit faster, but we gotta navigate 5 turns, 2 180s, 4 90-degree turns, or 3 90-degree turns, and then a straightaway to finish. And 7.4 is pretty fast for us. That's 808 per mile. I don't know kilometers per hour. That is like 11.8 kilometers per hour approximately. So pretty good for a 400-pound spec boat. We were happy with that. It's one of our faster times on a Wednesday. Just filling out the team with all the strong paddlers in one boat worked out. A lot of times when we have more people at practice, we divide up our stronger paddlers into smaller boats to keep up with the large boat. So today we're able to have most of the seats here for our stronger paddlers. And yeah, it was an awesome practice. And dodging thunderstorms, you can see the clouds look a little ominous here on a Wednesday night. That's pretty typical for us. And totally not my idea, but maybe my idea. So after we did the 400-meter sprint, we still had plenty of time for practice since we blitzed through the 5K so fast. And we were thinking boys only, seeing how fast we can make the boat go with just the 3 of us, right? So the start takes a little while, right? So it takes a little bit to get this thing going, but once you get the momentum up, we were very surprised and pleasantly surprised with the speed. We went about 200 meters here, average speed 7 miles an hour, so meaning that we were cruising at about 8 miles an hour. We should hit it right there for a pretty extended period of time. And part of that is making up for the slow start. So we're going well over 7 for most of it to average out at 7. Stroke rate pretty manageable. It felt a little fast with the rate, but we are going fast. We're going 8 miles an hour at certain points. So really cool. Felt good having 3 strong guys on the boat, and the ladies got to just hang out and watch. So this is on Saturday. Christina's got the camera. I'm in seat 3 of the other boat, and then Ray is steering in seat 6 of the other canoe. And yeah, just jockeying for position, making our way through, going through that center canal, trying to go single file just in case a boat comes blitzing by, they don't hit somebody when we're side by side. Ray, you know, maybe a little drunk driving. His wife says it's like flying Spirit Airlines, but it happens. You know, the boat gets a little bit away from you. When you're trying to paddle and help your crew, sometimes the steering gets a little bit away from you. As we're turning here, I yell, hit it, because I know if we take it sharp, Christina is not close enough to go on the inside, and we lightly tap her, and this forces her to go to the outside and puts her a boat length behind us, right? And so this is important because we only win by about a boat length. So this turn was crucial on our 7-mile loop. But yeah, there's an urgency to continue to paddle with your crew. You can see Christina constantly paddling. If you're in seat 6, you are not paddling, you're not being a great teammate, you could help a lot more. It is just about the tactics, how you think about paddling, and how you approach your steering can make all the difference, right? So there's great repetitions for Ray and Christina, a lot of fun calling the boat. Excellent. We'll see you guys next week for the next K2N vlog episode.